Ever feel like wealth and abundance are kind of just out of reach? Like
Yeah.
there's some secret formula to attracting riches that everyone else seems to know except you?
Right?
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into a book that really flips the script on all that traditional wealth-building advice.
Okay.
The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles.
Interesting.
And trust me, this isn't your typical, like, work hard and save your pennies kind of guide.
No, okay.
We're going to unpack Chapter 1
All right.
and see how it helps us reframe our thinking about wealth and really embrace the idea
Yeah.
that, yes, we deserve to be rich.
You know, it's funny you say deserve to be rich,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what Wattles dives right into in this chapter.
Oh, wow.
He makes this bold claim
Yay.
that it's impossible to live a truly successful life without being rich.
Okay, I have to admit, that statement kind of made me sit up and take notice.
Right.
So it's a bit provocative, doesn't it?
It definitely grabs your attention.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating is how Wattles defines rich. He's not just talking about having a big bank account or a fancy car.
Right.
For him, riches are about the ability to live life to the fullest, to have the resources to develop every aspect of yourself,
Right.
your mind, body, and soul.
So it's not about the material possessions themselves, but what those resources allow you to do and experience.
Exactly.
Huh.
Think about it. What are some of your deepest desires?
Mm.
Maybe it's traveling the world,
Mm-hmm.
pursuing a creative passion,
Yeah.
or having the time and freedom to devote yourself to a cause you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things require resources, right?
That's so true. I know for me, I'd love to be able to travel
Yeah.
and immerse myself in different cultures.
Sure.
And to do that, I would need a certain level of financial freedom.
Right. And that's what Wattles is getting at.
Okay.
He argues that having wealth is not about greed or material obsession.
Mm-hmm.
It's about having the means to fully express yourself and live a life of true purpose and fulfillment.
Okay, so it's about having the resources to support your growth and contribute to the world in a meaningful way.
Yes,
But Wattles goes even further than that, doesn't he?
he does.
He talks about our right to be rich.
Yes, and that's one of the most powerful ideas in this chapter.
Wow.
He links this right to our inherent right to fully develop our potential.
Interesting.
He says that within each of us is this burning desire,
Yeah.
this possibility-seeking expression, as he calls it.
That phrase, possibility-seeking expression, it's so evocative.
Yeah, I know, right?
It suggests that our desires are not just fleeting whims, but expressions of our potential waiting to unfold.
Exactly.
I know.
And often resources, specifically financial resources, are what's needed for those possibilities to become a reality.
Right.
So what desires have you been putting on hold? What could you achieve if you had the resources to fully pursue them?
This is where things start to get really interesting for me because I think a lot of people, myself included, have struggled with the idea of deserving wealth.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like there's this underlying belief
Right.
that wanting to be rich is somehow wrong or selfish.
You've hit on a common stumbling block.
Yeah.
But Wattles addresses this head on.
Okay.
He says, and I quote, "There is nothing wrong in wanting to get rich."
Powerful.
He reframes this desire as the desire for a more abundant life, which is natural and, in his view, even praiseworthy.
That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
What is?
It's not about being greedy or materialistic.
Right.
It's about recognizing that abundance can fuel our growth
Okay.
and empower us to create a life filled with purpose and contribution.
And this is where Wattles' approach differs from some other self-development philosophies that might emphasize spiritual growth over material wealth.
So he's not suggesting that we have to choose between material abundance and spiritual fulfillment.
Not at all.
Okay.
In fact, he argues that neglecting any aspect of yourself, body, mind, or soul, leaves you incomplete. He even gives specific examples of how wealth can support holistic life.
Like what? I'm curious to hear his take on this.
He talks about the importance of nourishing your body with good food, your mind with books and education, and your soul through experiences that uplift and inspire you.
So it's not about denying yourself pleasures or living a life of austerity.
No.
It's about recognizing that wealth can enhance your experience on all levels.
Exactly. It's about having the freedom to choose the experiences that nourish your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
Whether that's enjoying a delicious meal, investing in your education, traveling to expand your horizons, or expressing your love through acts of generosity.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. My mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
Wattles' perspective on wealth being a tool for holistic growth is truly inspiring.
I agree.
But now I'm really curious about the how.
Okay.
We've established that desiring wealth is not only okay, but actually essential for living a fulfilling life.
Right.
But how do we actually go from wanting riches to acquiring them?
Mm-hmm.
Does Waddles offer any practical guidance on how to manifest this abundance?
He absolutely does. And this is where things get really exciting.
Okay.
Waddles introduces a concept he calls the formless substance.
Okay.
It's this underlying creative power that permeates everything, an infinite source of potential from which all things are created.
The formless substance.
Yeah.
It sounds almost mystical,
Right.
like some hidden force that we can tap into to manifest our desires.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's the idea that there's this invisible energy field constantly creating and shaping the world around us.
Okay.
And according to Waddles, we can consciously connect with this power through our thoughts and beliefs.
So it's not about working harder or getting lucky.
No.
It's about aligning ourselves with this creative force to attract what we want.
Precisely. And this is where the power of thought comes into play.
Okay.
Waddles emphasizes that our thoughts are incredibly powerful. He writes, "Thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless substance."
So if we constantly focus on what we lack, on our financial struggles,
Yeah,
are we actually repelling wealth?
you got it. By dwelling on scarcity, we're inadvertently blocking the flow of abundance.
Oh.
Instead, Waddle suggests we cultivate thoughts of already possessing the riches we desire.
Okay, so it's about shifting our mindset from I don't have enough to I am wealthy and abundant.
Yes.
But how do we make that shift when our current reality might feel very different?
Waddle suggests using affirmations,
Okay.
positive statements that affirm your desired state of wealth.
Right.
He emphasizes the importance of truly embodying these affirmations, feeling the truth of them as if you already possess the wealth you desire.
So it's not just about repeating empty phrases.
No.
It's about cultivating a deep belief and feeling of already being wealthy.
Exactly. It's about aligning your internal state with your desired external reality. And this leads us to another crucial element, gratitude.
Gratitude. We hear so much about its power these days.
We do.
But how does it tie into attracting wealth?
Waddles believes gratitude is a powerful magnet for abundance. When we express gratitude for what we already have, even the small things,
Right.
we shift our focus from lack to abundance and open ourselves up to receiving more.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like we're sending a signal to the universe that says, hey, I appreciate what I have and I'm ready for more.
Precisely. Even if we're not yet where we want to be financially,
Yeah.
we can still find things to be grateful for.
Right.
A roof over our heads, a supportive friend, a moment of joy. By focusing on these blessings, we shift our energy from scarcity to abundance.
This is starting to feel like a more spiritual approach to wealth creation.
It is, in a way.
A far cry from the traditional advice of just working hard and saving diligently.
While hard work and diligence are important,
Right.
Waddles is emphasizing that true wealth creation goes beyond physical effort.
Okay.
It requires an inner shift, an alignment with the creative power of the universe through our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings.
So it's about combining practical action with a spiritual understanding of abundance,
Yes.
recognizing that our internal state plays a huge role in attracting external wealth.
You nailed it. And that brings us to another crucial point, inspired action.
Okay.
Waddles argues that it's not enough to just think and feel wealthy.
Right.
We also need to take action in alignment with our desires.
So we can't just visualize stacks of money and expect them to magically appear.
Haha, no. Visualizing is important,
Okay.
but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
We need to back it up with inspired action.
Okay.
And by inspired action, he means actions that feel aligned with our purpose and resonate with our desire for wealth. It's about following those intuitive nudges,
Yeah.
those opportunities that excite us and feel like they're leading us in the right direction.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about listening to that inner voice, that gut feeling that tells us what steps to take, what doors to open.
Exactly. And Waddles emphasizes that inspired action doesn't feel like a struggle or a burden.
Right.
When we're truly aligned with our purpose,
Yeah.
our actions flow effortlessly, almost as if we're being guided by an invisible hand.
It's like that saying,
Yeah.
do what you love, and the money will follow.
Exactly.
It's about pursuing our passions with joy and purpose.
Yes.
Knowing that abundance will naturally flow into our lives.
That's a beautiful way to express it.
Thanks.
And that's the essence of what Waddles is trying to convey.
Okay.
That wealth creation is not about chasing money.
Right.
It's about aligning ourselves with the creative power of the universe and allowing abundance to manifest through our inspired actions.
This is all starting to paint such a beautiful picture.
It is.
Aligning our thoughts and feelings with abundance, expressing gratitude for what we have,
Yeah.
and taking inspired action that feels effortless and joyful.
Right.
It's like a graceful dance toward financial freedom.
I love
Rather than a grueling climb to the top of the wealth mountain.
I love that analogy.
Thanks.
It perfectly captures the shift in perspective that Waddles is encouraging. He's challenging us to move beyond the limitations of traditional thinking about wealth and embrace a more holistic and empowering approach.
I like that. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yes.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but my head is swimming with all these incredible ideas from Wallace Waddles.
Right.
It's like he's handing us this entirely new framework
Yeah.
for understanding wealth and abundance.
It's definitely a paradigm shift for many people.
Right.
And one of the most transformative aspects of his philosophy is this concept of inspired action that we were just discussing.
Right.
It's not just about working hard. It's about working smart,
Right.
working in alignment with our deepest desires and purpose.
I'm really intrigued by this idea of inspired action.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I'm also a bit curious about how to actually discern between inspired action and just, wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Is there a way to tell the difference?
Waddles does provide some guidance on that.
Okay.
He suggests paying attention to those intuitive nudges, those subtle hints or ideas that spark a sense of excitement within us.
Okay.
It's that feeling of, yes, this feels right.
Right.
It's not about forcing things or trying to make things happen through sheer willpower.
So it's about being present and aware enough
Yeah.
to recognize those whispers of intuition.
Yes.
Those moments when something just clicks and feels aligned with our true desires.
Exactly. And I think that's where mindfulness comes in.
All right.
By cultivating a practice of mindfulness, whether through meditation, spending time in nature, or simply being more present in our daily lives, we can become more attuned to those subtle nudges of inspiration.
It makes me think about those times when I've had a sudden flash of insight or a creative idea seemingly out of nowhere. It's like those ideas were always there, simmering beneath the surface,
Right.
just waiting for the right moment to emerge.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
And Waddles would say those moments of inspiration are glimpses of the formless substance at work.
Oh, wow.
It's that creative power flowing through us,
Right.
guiding us toward our highest good and greatest fulfillment.
This whole conversation has been so eye-opening.
Really?
It's like Waddles is saying that wealth creation isn't just about the material gain. It's about the personal transformation we undergo along the way.
Yes.
It's about aligning ourselves with a higher purpose and allowing abundance to flow into our lives as a natural byproduct of that alignment.
That's beautifully articulated.
Thanks.
And it ties back to Waddles' belief that we are all inherently worthy of abundance. It's our birthright to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and financial freedom.
I love that, that abundance is our birthright.
Yeah.
It's such an empowering thought.
It is.
But I have to ask,
Okay.
what about those who are struggling financially? What about those who feel trapped in a cycle of scarcity?
Yeah.
How does Waddles' philosophy apply to them?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think Waddles would say that it's never too late to shift our thinking and align ourselves with the principles of abundance.
Okay.
It starts with recognizing that our current circumstances do not define our potential.
So even if we're starting from a place of financial lack, we can still change our mindset
Absolutely.
and start attracting greater abundance into our lives.
Absolutely. And that starts with embracing the idea that we deserve to be rich.
Right.
That we are worthy of experiencing financial freedom and all the good that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's about releasing those limiting beliefs
Okay.
that tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or deserving enough.
This is so powerful.
Yeah.
It's about reclaiming our power
Yes.
and recognizing that we are the creators of our own reality.
Exactly. And as we continue to explore the science of getting rich, we'll uncover even more practical strategies and techniques for shifting our mindset, aligning with our purpose, and manifesting abundance in all areas of our lives.
Wow.
But for now, let's leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
I'm all ears. What's the question?
If you truly believed that it was your right to be rich, that abundance was your natural state of being, how would your actions and choices change? What dreams would you dare to pursue?
Wow.
What impact would you make on the world?
Wow, that's a powerful question to sit with.
It is.
It challenges us to step into a new level of possibility.
Yes.
And to embrace the limitless potential that resides within each of us.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that wealth is not a limited resource to be hoarded, but an infinite energy that flows through us when we align ourselves with the right mindset, beliefs, and actions. And as we delve deeper into the science of getting rich, I encourage you to hold that question in your heart and see what unfolds.
This has been such an incredible journey of discovery.
It has been.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface of Waddle's wisdom, and I'm already buzzing with excitement to dive deeper into his teachings.
I'm right there with you. And for those of you listening, I encourage you to explore The Science of Getting Rich for yourselves. It's a book that can truly transform your relationship with wealth and empower you to create a life of abundance beyond your wildest dreams.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are inspired to embrace your right to be rich.